Hey, good morning. Welcome. It's a Sunday morning. Welcome to the Inside Edge Network Cleveland Browns and NFL pregame show brought to you by LPV Productions. I'm your host. I'm Chad Bryan. With me, as always, I've got Ryan Mossor. I've got TK Dandridge. Guys, good morning. What's going on?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Ready to talk some football. How about you guys?
TK, you ready? I'm always ready to talk football, man. TK, you ready to talk some football?
Absolutely. Very brisk Sunday morning we got here. Probably the first real fall morning that we've had all season. Plus we're in Foxborough today, so hoping to see some good football today. Should be a big one.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, it is. It does kind of feel like fall. It feels like winter at night. When you walk around, you move around when it's dark outside. It feels like it's going to snow any minute. I actually had ice on my car and my windshield this morning. I looked. Had to defrost a little bit before I could go anywhere. But yeah, it's that time of year. It's almost Halloween, so it's going to start getting cold pretty soon. It's almost guaranteed to snow on trick or treat night. I've learned that now that I have kids. It's like almost every year. So whatever. So today's matchup, like you said, the Browns are going to be headed to Foxborough. They're playing the New England Patriots. We're going to preview that for you. We've got all kinds of things to talk about. First off, before we get going, I do want to give a quick shout out to Patriots defensive coordinator Terrell Williams. He's battling cancer. Been away from the team for a couple months. Well, I guess a little over a month now. Just want to give a shout out to him. Obviously, we wish him well at the show and, hope the best for him and hope that there's a good outcome there.
Right.
Just wanted to mention that before we get going. Speaking of,
the doctor, folks.
Yes, get your checkups. You never know. I know it sounds silly or whatever. We like to tough it out and, you don't want to miss work. You don't want to do this, do that, whatever. Sometimes guys, especially, we're like, we're not going to go to the doctor. We're too tough for that. But sometimes they can catch something early. If you catch it early enough, obviously you can have a better outcome. So please get your checkups. Go to the doctor. If you're feeling weird, if you have something, just an inkling that something might be off, go get it looked at. What's it hurt, right?
Right.
Wow, where can we start? Well, I mean, hello, old friend, right? We know Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel's the New England Patriots head coach. They're 5-2 right now. That's good enough for first in the AFC East, right? They've kind of put it together. We keep saying all year, like the Patriots are going to put it together. Well, they've won 4 games in a row now. And the one thing that I'm concerned with as the Browns head into Foxborough, other than everything about the Browns, is that Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel may know more about this defense and this offense, really just the whole entire team, than any other head coach in the league. And I mean, like play calling, schemes, tendencies, the little ins and outs. I mean, he was a consultant here last year during the 2024-25 season. And I just, he's a competitive guy, right? It's not that it didn't end poorly or anything. He came and he left. It was fine. It was normal. But I feel like Vrabel would want to just, I don't know, maybe have a little bit of extra motivation to kind of stick the Browns with an L today. I mean, Ryan, do you feel like that's a thing from Vrabel or no?
I mean, yeah, like you said, I think that Mike Vrabel knows the offense better than Kevin Stefanski at this point, and it's Kevin Stefanski's offense. It's going to be a problem for the Browns. I mean, we normally go against teams like and get our butts kicked, and that's without the head coach doesn't know the script, So, I mean, the only way that we're going to win this game is if we can get the passing game going, through the Patriots defense. You have to respect it, but their rushing defense is obviously their prime part of their defense. So, otherwise, the Patriots are just going to stack the box on us and, dare us to run the ball on them. And Vrabel is a very, very smart coach. Regardless, I just think the Browns are in a heap of trouble this week. So,
yeah. TK, I couldn't agree with you more. They're in a heap of trouble. TK, do you think do you think Vrabel has any kind of maybe a little extra, not a chip on his shoulder? I don't want to say that because, like I said, it didn't end poorly or anything here. I just feel like he's a competitive guy and he just wants to. It's like he's got that personal connection with the Browns. And he kind of, you don't ever want to let anybody get the best of you, right? When you're competing, do you feel like that's kind of a thing from him?
Well, it may seem that way, him being a part of the organization last year, I really don't think he was here long enough to have been able to develop any type of emotional ties to our organization. He knew this organization was a fruity Lulu when he got into it. it was going to be Fruity Lulu if he left or if he stayed. Well, probably not if he stayed, but he knew what the ordeal was. They weren't ready to move on from Kevin Stefanski just yet. They really let those 2 head coach of the year awards really ruin their psyche and their frame of mind of everything. So he pretty much knew what it was. He knew he was still capable of being able to lead a team of men. He did a tremendous job with the Tennessee Titans for a number of years. Granted, we were all confused by his firing. Granted, the Tennessee Titans did have a rough year. A lot of injuries, a lot of personnel issues that went on towards that final year in Tennessee. A lot of personnel issues. Yeah, I definitely think that this is just another game for Mike Vrabel as far as being able to stick it to us. But I'm sure he'd think it'd be pretty great to move up to 6-2 and further extend their lead in the AFC East.
Yeah, maybe nothing personal against the Browns. And like you said, that firing was weird. A lot of issues there that really I can't think of one single issue that they had that pointed toward the head coach being the problem. But I don't know. When you want to make a change, I guess you make a change regardless of whatever, It's the part of owning a football team that I guess is cool as you get to make the decisions on stuff like that. So it was a weird one. Yeah, I didn't necessarily – I wasn't a person who saw that coming. I don't think a lot of people saw that coming, but it happened, so here we are. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like he's like not an oddly competitive guy. I think every NFL head coach is competitive to a certain point. Some are so bland in their press conferences. I wouldn't name names necessarily, but I'm thinking of Kevin Stefanski. I just feel like sometimes some guys maybe don't care whether the game goes well or goes poorly. I don't know, but it feels like Vrabel really wants to win every game, and I feel like just that personal connection. I don't know. I feel like when you show up to work at whatever time in the morning and you leave whatever time in the evening, 5-6 days a week or whatever with a group of guys, I feel like you do develop some kind of connection there.
Right.
I don't know. I can see Vrabel wanting to just a little extra motivation today. Ryan, you mentioned it. Patriots run defense is I think they're the 4th best run defense in the league. They haven't allowed a 50-yard rusher at all. No single back has run in a game for 50 yards against the Patriots defense.
Yeah.
The interior defensive line is enormous. They are just giant men. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. They're huge. It's going to be slow. It's going to be a slow go if the Browns attempt to do what they did against the Dolphins. I don't think that's going to be the game plan today. I hope that's not the game plan today.
Yeah.
I don't ever really know what the game plan is going to be. I'm not sure I mean, at least last week we saw it, and I think it made sense. It made sense for not only the team and the situation that the Dolphins defense was in, their terrible run defense, but the weather, right? It was rainy, it was cold, it was windy. It made sense to run the ball a ton. So at least that matched up as far as that goes. But maybe it's the 3rd best run defense. I don't know. They're top 5. Either way.
3, yeah.
Okay, 3rd. Okay. I better give them credit then, right? I tried to short sell them a little bit. Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, do you see the Browns having any success running the ball? I mean, can they get to the edge against this team? TK, are they going to try to run the ball today?
Well, absolutely, they're going to try to run the ball. That's the best thing that they do as an offense. They're definitely going to try. If it doesn't work, don't be surprised to see Dylan Gabriel drop back 40 or 45 times. Hopefully, we don't get down early or down big too early in this game. Then we can, put some type of balanced effort out there so that we're not, slamming punch shots head up the middle for 3 yards a carry. I definitely think they will try. We're gonna try to put this team to the test. I understand they haven't allowed a 50-yard rusher all year. QJ's gonna get every chance in the world today to prove that. Granted, we don't get blown out early.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Stefanski completely abandon the running game down, I think, 6. So you never really know. I feel like that's a 1-score game, but maybe my math's off. Ryan, I mean, what do you think? I don't know. Do you think the Browns have any chance to really be successful? I guess I shouldn't have said, well, they try to. Obviously, they're going to run the ball. But I mean, do you see them having any success at all moving the ball on the ground against this Patriots team?
I mean, they're going to have to if they're going to want a chance to win. I mean, like you said, the Patriots are ranked 3rd right now in the NFL, allowing 77.1 rushing yards per game and only 3 rushing touchdowns the entire season. Quinshon Judkins, 109 rushes for 467 yards and 5 touchdowns, 9 catches for 62 yards. Last week had 3 touchdowns on the ground. Basically the best quarterback we've had since Baker Mayfield when he plays around center in the Wildcat. I mean, the Browns are going to have to figure out how to get the ball down the field through the air first. I mean, the Patriots pass defense is where they're susceptible to making mistakes, ranked 24th in the NFL, 240 yards passing per game, 10 total touchdowns in the air. I mean, Gabriel has put up 190, 221, and 116 passing yards in those last 3 games he started so far this season. I mean, they're averaging, allowing more passing yards per game than Gabriel has even thrown so far in a game in the NFL. Like, there's opportunity right now for the Browns to succeed through the air. And they're going to have to. I mean, that would open up the running game very nicely. Otherwise, like I said, Vrabel's just going to stack the box, and it's going to be a really, really rough day. Our strength on this team is clearly in the run game with Judkins. Open up the passing game against a passing defense that'll allow it, and then that'll make things much, much easier for the running game against this, really good rushing defense. So.
Yeah, agreed. It's an interesting matchup. They're not really exactly going to go head to head. Well, in a couple of different senses. I mean, obviously the offenses don't play at the same time. But, TreVeyon Henderson, a couple of ex-Buckeyes in this game, right? TreVeyon Henderson for the Patriots. He was their selection at running back. A lot of people thought the Browns maybe should have picked him up. They got Quinshon Judkins. I think they made an excellent choice. I don't think he really could have gone wrong, but a couple of weird things with TreVeyon Henderson. He just didn't get any playing time last week against the Titans, right? I think just like 9 snaps and only that. I think he only had a couple carries in that game. For the season, he has 43 carries for 156 yards and a touchdown. I mean, he had a great preseason. Hasn't really gotten it going yet during the regular season, but this is the thing that shocked me. Pro Football Focus has him ranked as the 2nd worst running back when it comes to pass blocking this season.
Yeah, crazy.
How did that happen? I mean, that was his strength. That was his forte at Ohio State. I mean, how is he in is he just, I don't know. I mean, the game moves a little bit quicker in the NFL, right? Guys are a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, a little bit faster. Is he just slow to diagnose the blitz and where it's coming from? Are these guys just getting by him? Are they running through? Like, why is he not blocking well in the NFL? It's strange to me.
Honestly, I wish I could answer. I mean, he was by far the best blocker in the running back room coming out of the draft this last year. Incredible. And I mean, I can maybe tack it up to maybe lack of continuity, lack of repetition in the game. When he gets in there, he's afraid of making a mistake, then he ends up doing it because he's not in there as much. So maybe it just might be in his head. He's also not really holding onto the ball when he's in there. It just. I don't know. Like you said earlier, between Quinshon Judkins and TreVeyon Henderson, who have I would have taken during the draft? I was all about Henderson. I thought he was the better player of the two. I thought he had elite speed. He was very shifty, great soft hands, and like you said, the best pass blocking running back in the draft. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit disappointed when we had the pick of the litter in the 2nd round, and they went with Judkins over Henderson. That doesn't mean that I didn't like Henderson. I'm sorry, Judkins, of course. I love the player. Judkins was drafted high for a reason too. He has exceptional vision. He's very patient, waiting for his blockers. Very physical runner, especially with the devastating stiff arm, and is incredible after contact. I would have been happy with either guy, like you said. Obviously, the situation with the running back here in Cleveland is a lot better than it is in New England. I think that's a full reflection of their stats so far. Judkins is the clear running back 1 in Cleveland. He's got, he's the physical, patient, explosive back that fits perfectly for this team and this offense. Said it last week. He's basically a clone of a young Nick Chubb early in his career. Henderson's situation is tricky because of, they have Ramondre Stevenson ahead of him, and they just paid him a contract until 2028. That is that mixed with just his opportunities. He's been struggling. I think he's in his head. I still believe in TreVeyon Henderson. I still like the player a lot. I think he's got a much higher hill to climb right now than Quinshon Judkins, clearly. But I'm definitely not out on him for sure. I think he will. I mean, I'm very confident in this guy. So,
yeah, I wonder if he's just maybe nursing some kind of little, not an injury per se, but he always had an ankle, a lower body issue at Ohio State. I wonder if he's just got something that laterally has him, not able to get in a position to block or whatever. I don't know. I mean, TK, if you had the choice, I mean, who would you have taken at the time? I'm with Ryan. I thought TreVeyon Henderson would be the better pick. I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see. Time will tell. But TK, what do you think?
Well, me personally, I was actually very elated when we got Quinshon Judkins. I definitely thought the world of both guys. I love Trey Henderson. Definitely had the more impactful career at Ohio State, but not a lot of people tend to remember what Quinshon Judkins was at the University of Ole Miss. They forget about how good he was there. But I liked how explosive he was, very shifty. The guy puts his foot in the ground and he is just out. You know, it's just initial innate quickness. He's so smooth. He's so strong. He breaks multiple tackles. I definitely thought that Quinshon would be the better choice of the two. I did not think he would be this good this soon. I thought it would take him maybe a little bit longer, especially with the domestic violence case that was going on during the summer. We didn't even know if he was going to play. He didn't sign his contract until 2 days before opening day. I mean, we were all nervous. So, you know, of course, at first we're like, oh my goodness, I wish we would have took Trey. You know, you see the 100-yard kick return for a touchdown on his very first touch in the preseason, and you're just like, oh my goodness, what have we done? Have we really done it again? But so are we relieved we didn't do it again? We actually did it right this time. Quinshon Judkins is going to be one of the best backs in the NFL very soon, very very soon. I definitely think, and especially with the porous offensive line that we have, the ability that he has to find holes and to quickly hit that second gear and to burst through those holes and to get positive yards. It's been immensely impressive. To the point where you're just like, hey man, do we really need to worry too much about this offensive line? Don't you act dumb. You better worry about that offensive line.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't you tell the quarterbacks that.
You're going crazy right now.
You better fix that offensive line. But at the same time, when you have a talent as good as him, you don't really worry about the offensive line too much. Granted, you lead the NFL currently in different offensive line combinations with 6. We're just now starting week 8. That's a goddamn shame. But we continue to work around it, especially with a talent like Quinshon Judkins. He has been amazing for us. So yeah, the choice was pretty obvious for me. So yeah, I definitely believe that we got it right this time.
Okay. Yeah.
Hindsight, absolutely too. So
yeah, it's almost like I want to stay away from comparing the two guys. I mean, they're a little bit different players. I mean, they complement each other really well at Ohio State.
Right.
I have visions of Travion, like I said early on, with a lot of ankle injuries and things like that. Not once did he fumble in his college career. That amazes me. Listen, I like them both, man. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna split hairs because one guy went here, one guy went there. I just hope I hope they both have great careers. I think that's possible. I think that's a thing. And I don't think we need to spend the rest of their careers comparing them to each other, or, fighting the battle of who should have been picked where or whatever. I think they both would have been a great choice. I think Travion will get it going. I think he'll figure out how to block. You don't just forget how to block.
Right.
That's not a thing, right? Like it's a very physical. He'll figure it out. Like you said, I think sometimes sometimes it takes a guy. And I feel like it took Travion Henderson a little bit to adjust when he first came to Ohio State. I remember some rumblings that maybe Travion's not the guy, maybe we move on to whoever and this and that. I think it took him a minute to get kind of settled in Columbus. So give him a minute, give him a season or two and we'll see what happens. Again, the ball security is second to none. You know that. So he'll get there. He'll get there. What else do we have to talk about? Actually, let's take a quick break. We're going to take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we are going to talk about Dylan Gabriel. We mentioned, we kind of hinted at some game plan stuff a little bit, right? We need him to throw the ball effectively, better, just whatever, throw the ball somewhere. Maybe not guess on Thursday, but we'll talk about it when we get back. We'll take a quick 2-minute break as soon as I can find it here on the Inside Edge Network. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland Browns and NFL pregame show right here on the Inside Edge Network. We're brought to you by LPV Productions, as always. And guys, let's talk about Dylan Gabriel. We gotta do something with Dylan. Well, Dylan Gabriel has to do something with Dylan Gabriel. We don't have to do anything with him. I think today, like you said, Ryan, we kind of hinted at it earlier. We talked about it a little bit with the run defense of the Patriots. Can't just line up and run the ball 45, 50 times today. Not going to be able to do that. You do have to be able to find somewhere to run the ball effectively. I think one of the things that we didn't talk about with Quinshon Judkins is his ability to get to the edge when the edge is not necessarily there. I think that's first of all, I don't know. It's not like anything I've seen from a Browns running back since Nick Chubb, maybe in his prime. The patience, the burst, the speed, the vision. It's obviously good to see, but it's not going to be. We can't rely on that today. We can't lean on that. So we need Dylan Gabriel to throw the ball. I don't know. It's funny how fickle we are. I mean, TK, you and I talked about this yesterday on the show. First, we're talking about he's throwing the ball too much, right? Now, 1 week after 16 or 18 pass attempts, whatever it was against the Dolphins, we're saying, hey, he probably needs to throw the ball a little bit more now, right? It's funny, but it's true. I mean, when you have a team that can stop the run the way the Patriots stop the run, you have to be more effective passing the ball. And the Browns are going to have to throw the ball downfield at some point. This is not going to shock you. Dylan Gabriel has the lowest air yards per attempt in the NFL this season at 5.1 yards per attempt. You guys know who's second?
Lowest, really?
The lowest. You know who's second? Wait, you know who's second? Guess who's second?
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco. This probably isn't necessarily a quarterback situation, right? This is probably a Kevin Stefanski situation, I'm guessing. It just seems like when the consistencies are there, right, you kind of have to like point in a certain direction. I mean, Joe Flacco went to the Bengals and he immediately threw for 3 million yards and 52 touchdowns in a game. Okay, probably not Joe Flacco. So whatever. Well, Ryan, tell me, like, we have to see Dylan Gabriel. They have to take chances today, right? It can't just be a bunch of little flare. I mean, still, that's effectively a running game. That's not a passing game. The Patriots are still going to put 8 guys in the box. They're going to eat that up. The Browns have to throw the ball downfield, don't they, Ryan?
I mean, yeah. I mean, Kevin's offensive plan is confusing, to say the least. Like you said, I mean, he said Dylan Gabriel out there throwing 33 passes week 5, 52 week 6, and only 18 in week 7. Like, there's no rhyme or reason. It's just whatever. I mean, in the same time, Judkins running the ball 23 times for week 5, 12 times week 6, and then 25 times week 7. Like I said, it's just there's no continuity. Absolutely zero identity with this offense right now. There has to be some happy medium between throwing the ball 52 times week 6 and only 18 times week 7. I mean, yeah, he needs to throw the ball more times than 18 times to win this week. Absolutely. As we said earlier, the Patriots have a very good run defense. Not only that, but, outside of the head coach of Stefanski, Mike Vrabel knows his offense probably the most. We said that as well. It doesn't take a rocket scientist, to know that Vrabel's absolutely going to stack the box against this team to completely eliminate the run game, which is our only thing going for this offense right now. That's going to force Stefanski to have Gabriel throw the ball a lot more. A well-balanced offensive game is absolutely needed. I mean, 40 passes and 20 Quinshon rushes should be a great mix, about right there, However, yeah. I fear that, because of, the knowledge of the team that Vrabel has, it's going to be a problem. We win this game if we can establish a run game and open up the passing game. I think that Vrabel's game plan is going to force the Browns to throw the ball over 50 times again, a game plan that is a game plan of failure for the Browns that has just been shown time and time again this year. Let's just start throwing the ball over 20 yards for a change, and then maybe we can, figure out the rest of the time. But right now, I have no confidence. I'm so confused on what this offense is. But by one time you think we got something good going, then they switch it up. So I'm very uncertain. Yeah,
I get that weather plays a part in that. I get that, like, the game situation plays a part in that. I understand that, like, when you jump, when you don't jump, you don't jump down. That's not a thing. When you get down early, when you get jumped on early, you do abandon the run, but not down 6, not down 3, right? You can still run the football. Even down 10, you're fine. You can run the football. You can keep running the football, Kevin. You don't have to immediately abandon the run and take the running backs out of the game. Although TK wants to abandon the offensive line and go with a bunch of 6 tight end sets. So who knows? I mean, maybe we'll just we'll revolutionize football here. Yeah, I think you have to throw. You got to. It can't be. Did you guys see? Speaking, I just want a quick rant on this. Just a tangent, I guess, real quick. Did you see Tua last week say that on some of the balls downfield, he kind of guesses a little bit because he can't see down the field? Did anyone see that?
I didn't see that, but that's hilarious.
Could you imagine? It's just funny because a lot of people.
That's not something that I want to hear my quarterback say.
Right?
Yeah, right. Could you imagine if Dylan Gabriel said this in a press conference? What would happen in this city? Like,
hey guys,
what? I'm too damn short to see over my giant offensive lineman, so that's why I screw up on a lot of these passes.
Yeah. I'm sorry I threw that pick. I just guessed. I didn't know. Yeah. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I don't know if people say things about you already, and people have butchered that man's last name to the edges of the damn earth. I can't tell you how many Tua turned the ball over.
Yeah.
Tua spank a ball over. Dude, my goodness.
Yeah.
You want to say goofy things like this is not the time to it.
Maybe just treat him like a true freshman on media day. Just keep him away from the microphone. Like, I don't understand. That was wild. But anyway, when I watch Dylan Gabriel, that's what I feel. I feel like he just sometimes he throws the route right here. He throws to the route. He throws to the receiver where he thinks the receiver is going to be at the time. But he's probably should have thrown. I mean, he hasn't thrown an interception yet, but he's probably. I would guess that he maybe at this point has probably thrown what should have been 5 to 7 interceptions. I feel like I don't want to whatever speak it into existence, but I feel like today is going to be the day where Mike Vrabel, with that intimate knowledge of the offense and the tendencies and the play calling and the schemes and all of it, I feel like this is where he's going to have a guy in the right spot, ready, right? Not just it's not going to go through anybody's. I feel like this is going to be the day where, unfortunately, Dylan Gabriel throws 3 or 4 picks because they are going to have to try to push the ball downfield a little bit. They're going to have to take some chances. Listen, you're 2-5. You're not protecting a playoff spot. You're not protecting, first place in the division. Just take some chances. Open it up. I don't know. I mean, I really don't even know what to say about it. I just think that, yeah. I mean, you've got to take chances. You've got to open the offense up. You've got to push the ball down the field. You've got to get some semblance of find a receiver that can get some type of separation and maybe take the top off of defense and at least have the threat. I mean, didn't Dylan Gabriel throw like 73 miles per hour at the combine?
Yeah.
How can he not throw it 25 yards? I don't know. I guess if you throw it 73 miles per hour for 10 yards, that's something cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't understand. Like, can he not throw it downfield? Is he not? Do they not trust him? I don't know. I don't know. But they didn't trust Joe Flacco to really throw the ball downfield either. Maybe it's just a receiver thing. Maybe we just don't have guys getting open right now. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, DG doesn't necessarily have the biggest arm. He does have a decent enough arm to push the ball down the field. I think this is another one of these. He's starting to look like the left-handed Cody Kessler out there, afraid to push the ball down the field. I remember Hugh Jackson actually benched Cody Kessler during a Thursday night game because he refused to throw a pass deeper than 30 yards. Where he had the early touchdown pass to set the valve. Hugh Jackson decided that wasn't good enough, and in all reality, it wasn't. So, it's just we hope it doesn't get to that, but at the same time, I would not be surprised if there was a moment in the game where Kevin says, look, man, we've got to get some deeper chunks down the field, not necessarily throwing 50-yard goes every play, but, we got to get some of the intermediate game going, 15 plus, 20 plus, somewhere around there, instead of just doing the 5-yard check downs every play. And we've said this before, he lacks touch on a lot of the deeper throws. That's going to be a process. That's going to be something that he's going to have to improve over time. He's learning on the fly already as it is. So, you got to give him some sort of grace. I know we're impatient. I know we're irritated, but we got to work with this kid. We got to see if he does get better. Hopefully, this game will be a stepping stone and route to that.
Yeah, and I'm willing to give the Browns some grace in the sense that, like, you can't necessarily trust the offensive line to keep him on his feet long enough to throw a ball 30, 40, 50 yards down the field right now either. So maybe that's the reason they're getting the ball out of his hand so quickly. I don't know. It just feels very forced and robotic, and it really just when I watch him play, it doesn't seem like he has a feel for this offense or. But I mean, who does have a feel for this offense? Honestly, I can't blame him for that. This offense has no feel. It has nothing really. There's no continuity, Ryan. Like you said, there's no sense being made week to week. There's just nothing. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, look for. I would like to see on the first drive. I actually didn't check the weather at Foxborough. I don't know what the weather is going to be like there today, but I would like to see maybe on the first drive, if they get themselves into a second and favorable, second 1, second 2, it'd be nice to see a little bit of play action, something down the field. I feel like this is what we were sold on. You know, Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders were both very good play action quarterbacks. Although I think we've mentioned it on the show before. I told you guys, both of those guys, pretty low air yards per, average in college. And well, here we are. I mean, the lowest air yards, per average or per attempt in, I should say, in the NFL. So I don't know. I saw a post this week that said maybe Shedeur Sanders would get the last 4 starts of the season for the Browns. So maybe the Browns can have the top 3 quarterbacks in lowest air yards per attempt in the league. Do you think that would be a record? That'd be a cool thing if you had a quarterback record going on. Whatever.
He needs more than 4 games. This is ridiculous. I'm already over Gabriel. I'm over the experience with Gabriel. I'm ready to move on. But that's just me. But I mean, it's tough to say that when you see what this offense is and who is protecting the quarterback, and you're going to throw this dude to the fire. But like I said, we have this year to figure out who's going to be the starter, or else we're going to be drafting a quarterback. 4 games is not enough for Shedeur to be in there, and if Gabriel continues to play like this, he needs to get the hell out. So I mean that's fair. He's not doing anything to win a game. Everyone, I'm tired of people. I keep hearing people post and well, I don't hear them post. That's weird. But I see posts online and I hear phone calls to radio stations locally. Hey, he's playing clean football. He hasn't turned the ball over, man. He hasn't turned the ball over. That's because no one can catch. So he's, like I said, he's thrown like 8 passes that probably should have been picked. I'll give him 5 to 7. But I mean, come on, like it's pure luck that he doesn't have 8 interceptions right now. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Speaking of ahead of ourselves, listen, let's go around the NFL, guys. You want to go around the NFL? Let's do it. First matchup on the docket today that I want to talk about is TK versus his Wi-Fi router. The Wi-Fi router is an 11.5-point favorite at home. He can't even defend himself. He's frozen right now.
I got the router. And a blowout.
Bro, the router's undefeated, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of stopping the run. All right, let's go. I'll just go right down the whatever. Minnesota just got blown out this week on the Thursday night game. I mean, absolutely blown out. I don't know if anybody's surprised by that, but the Chargers just went crazy on 37-10. They won. Not too surprised by that, but again, the Chargers have been kind of up and down. They almost lost to the Dolphins a couple weeks ago, so you never really know what you're going to get. Let's go Miami at Atlanta. We know Miami pretty well, right? That's they're in a bad state right now. They're in a tough spot. They're going to go in and play Atlanta. I don't know. I mean, let me see if I can add just a little bit so I can actually see. The Falcons are going to be a 6.5-point favorite at home. It's at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. I don't know. I mean, Ryan, any Dolphins? I mean, obviously, I think you know who you're going to pick. But what do you think?
I'm picking the Dolphins. No, I'm just kidding. Dolphins suck. 29th ranked total offense. They're so bad. They made the Browns look good. They made the Browns look like a competent, good football team in the NFL. That tells you something how bad this team is. I mean, Tua is garbage. He's back half of the NFL in quarterbacks. Only good part about this team is Devin Achane, 5th overall running back right now. 472 yards, 3 touchdowns in the air, 32 catches for 211 yards. Other than that, everyone else sucks. Darren Waller's hurt now on IR. This Falcon team looks really, really good. 7th ranked overall offense. Second best defense too. They're very good defense, especially in the passing game. Not so great in the rushing game. 19th. So if the Dolphins are going to win or succeed, it's going to be on the ground with Devin Achane. I still think the Falcons are going to win handsomely, like 35-10. I don't think the Dolphins have a chance here.
I think that's fair. TK, what do you think, man?
Yeah, the Dolphins are in a free fall right now. They're just doing that slow, miserable, unsolicited death march towards that number one overall pick. Tua Tagovailoa has been absolutely atrocious this year. Not only do you lose Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle looks like he's going to be limited going forward into the season. Devon Achane is your only real source of offense as far as the team goes. Darren Waller was starting to trend upward. He's starting to have concussion issues again. That's unfortunate for him. Yeah. It does not look good for the Dolphins at all. I hate to poop on the parade even more than the poop that is already surrounding them right now. But Atlanta's going to make that poop even stinkier. Go ahead and give me the Falcons at home.
Yeah, it's a pretty poopy parade already. And listen, I mean, when you're quarterback, at least I guess the good thing is Tagovailoa won't be able to see it because he can't see down the field. So that'll be fine. All right. Well, this is another weird game for me. Some part of me wants to say a couple of weeks ago this could have been the first win for the Jets, but the Jets are at Cincinnati. They're going to play the Bengals. Bengals are a 5.5-point favorite at home, and all of a sudden they have Joe Flacco. Sorry, playing really well there. Man, he looks like a competent quarterback when he got. What was the? I'm trying to think of the factor. Oh, he got away from Kevin Stefanski. That's right. I remember now. I remember. Subtraction, addition by subtraction. He subtracted his coach. Anyway, TK, I'll start with you. What do you think, man? Jets at Bengals. Like I said, Bengals are a 5.5-point favorite at home.
I'll tell you what, man. My heart hurts so bad for those fans out there in Gotham City, man. They go so hard for their team. Grant, I'm going to tell you guys right now, you do not have it harder than us. I really wish you would stop saying that you guys have it the absolute hardest. There's no way in hell that you have it harder than Cleveland Browns fans. Anyway, back to the important.
Not long term, anyway. Yeah.
Right, exactly. A lot of issues going on with the Jets, especially at the quarterback position. Terod Taylor came in late in the Carolina game, did not play that well, was able to push the ball down the field and make a few plays here or there, but overall did not have the performance that they needed to be able to spark any type of confidence in that offense. Not to mention he is also hurt this week, so I definitely think they're going to be leaning back towards Justin Fields. And if they don't feel comfortable going back to him, it's going to be former Missouri quarterback Brady Cook. But I definitely think Justin Fields will be under center today. Give me the Bengals. They look revitalized with Joe Flacco. Like I said before, all you got to do is just give the man a half-decent pocket and receivers that actually can catch the football, and he's going to be fine. Joe Flacco does not have time to go through logistics and analytics and all that other goofy shit that you want him to go through. This man is 40 years old. He has 4 children that he has to raise. We ain't got time to be bullshitting now. Jamar T down there somewhere. They down there somewhere. Mike Gesicki's down there somewhere. Andre Yosefas is going to be there as well. Chase Brown is solid out of the backfield. Listen, these guys can actually catch the football and make plays for their quarterback. Yeah. We don't have it. So, this was pretty evident to me. So, I do think the Jets defense is going to have yet another solid day these past couple of weeks. They're very good. 13 points allowed in both matchups against pretty solid offenses in the Denver Broncos and the Carolina Panthers. Expect them to show up again. But, hey, listen, Bengals are on a roll right now. Definitely think they go to 4-4 today.
Yeah, Jets can't score. I mean, they can't move the football. They can't do anything with the ball. It was interesting that when you said Justin Fields would be the starter, your Wi-Fi slowed you down, and it made me think of like watching Justin Fields in the pocket with the football. It was like perfect timing. Ryan, what do you think about this one, man?
Yeah, real quick. Browns, Shedeur Sanders is going to be out this week with a back tightness, so Bailey Zappi is going to be QB2. Aiden Huntington's out with a concussion. Jack Conklin's going to play, and David Njoku are going to play. So just quick updates on injuries. Going with the Jets and Bengals. The poop show of the poop show, man. This is not. I mean, obviously, I'm going to pick the Bengals here. I mean, the last week, anytime you can target Jamar Chase 23 times in an offense, I mean, good things are going to happen, and it's going to open up other things for your other stars in your offense. The Jets, I mean, like TK said, benched Justin Jefferson, put in Tyrod Taylor, then announced that Tyrod Taylor was going to be the starter. Tyrod Taylor goes down for injury, and now Justin Fields is playing again, all within the week. So, way to completely kill a man's confidence, and then, hey, buddy, you're starting again. Nonetheless, he does have to do better, but that offensive line is not giving him anything to work with at all, and their offense is awful. Garrett Wilson's out again. Yes. He's also on trade block rumors. Some rumors over to the Browns. We might talk about that later. Yeah. This offense for the Bengals is bad, 31st overall. Defense is bad, 31st overall. But there is they're catching lightning in a bottle, I think, the same way that the Browns did a few years ago heading into the playoffs. TK said it. I mean, Joe Flacco is incredibly accurate. He does have an arm, and it's just up for the receivers to catch the ball, and he's got two of the best in the league now to catch the ball. This defense looks like offense looks like it has a new identity, and I think they're going to continue to roll here. Give me Joe Flacco and Jamar Chase for 25 targets, and give me the Bengals win 28-10.
Could you imagine if the Bengals had the Browns defense? It's remarkable. 31st ranked offense, 31st ranked defense, and here they are on the cusp of 500.
Yeah, and top of the division, right up there.
Unbelievable. And the Browns are the complete opposite. They have one of the best defenses in the league. Offense is what it is. But you think you would be able to find that middle ground, and again, like the Bengals, be on the cusp of 500, but you're not. They're not. That's not what's going on here. Give it the Bengals. I don't think there's much to say about it. The Bengals are going to win this game. Where are we at? Let's see. Who do we want to go to next? What do you guys want to talk about? We'll go to the other New York team. We'll go Giants at Eagles. Eagles are a 7.5-point favorite at home. In this one, the Giants have been playing pretty well, but then now, there's some injury concerns. I think there were fines for the way they handled concussion stuff. I don't even know what's going on. I thought I heard some stuff this week. I'm not really sure. I didn't read into it too much, but I'll start with you, Ryan. Giants, Eagles. What do you think?
I've said it every single week so far. I think this Eagles team is fake. I think they suck. I don't know how they keep winning. They're not ranked great. Their offense is 26th. Their defense is 23rd. They're still back in the NFL, but they're 5-2 and they keep winning. I do not get it. Jalen Hurts looks great. He's a 4th overall quarterback. This tush push is a problem. It needs to be banned. It's so ridiculous that they can just line up offsides every single time and get away with it. But nonetheless, that's how the NFL is rolling right now. Saquon's average right now. He's on a decline. I don't know what's going on with him. AJ Brown's out for this game as well. Devontae Smith looked so good last week. He probably will look good this week as well. And Dallas Goedert, 4th overall tight end. Their defense is not that great though. I love this Giants offense. I love an underdog. I've been talking about it for weeks about how, Jackson Dart and Cam Skadoo are continuing to build that relationship, and they have a really strong friendship. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's fun to watch, man. They're a lot of fun to watch. I think, the Giants beat the Eagles a couple weeks ago, and I think they're going to do it again. I keep betting against the Eagles. The Eagles keep proving me wrong, regardless of their stats. And but nonetheless, I think the Giants are going to sweep the fake good team of the Eagles one in a close game.
All right, fair enough. TK, what do you got, man? Giants, Eagles.
Well, it's going to be a tough one. The Eagles looked downright putrid in that Thursday night game against the Giants a couple weeks ago at MetLife Stadium. They could not get anything going on at all. They could not stop Jackson Dart. They damn sure couldn't stop Cam Skadoo. He had a legacy game for the ages. But I do think the dynamic will shift a ton being at Lincoln Financial Field in front of that ravenous Philadelphia fan base. This Eagles football team may not be as potent as they were last year, but they do know what is at stake and what they need to defend. I do think they get some vengeance today in beating the Giants. It's going to be a close game. It's not going to be a blowout at all. I do expect the Giants to come with it. It's probably going to be very much like that game was last week. I hope they don't give up 33 points in the fourth quarter, but hopefully Shane Bowen will tighten up that defense a little bit, and we'll get a closer outcome. But yeah, I'm going to take the Eagles at home to get some revenge.
That was wild, by the way. 33 points in the fourth quarter was wild. That was insane. Yeah, I don't know. I just think, I agree with you, Ryan. I felt the same way about the Eagles all year. They're barely hanging on. They're hanging by a thread. I keep saying it every week, and I don't trust them. I really don't. I'm still going to take them to win, though. I think they're going to win at home. I think they're going to win this game at home, but I think it is going to be close. I think the Giants will play them tough. I don't know. I'm going to say the Giants are up and coming. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Time will tell. So another weird team is next for me. The Buffalo Bills are going to go into TK. Have you ever heard of this team, the Carolina Panthers? It's a football team in the NFL. They play professional football. They have uniforms and everything. They're sweet. So Buffalo's a 7.5 point favorite going into Carolina though. So I don't know if I don't know. I mean, it depends on if Buffalo can run the football or not, right? If they're an effective team. Josh Allen is what he is, but without a running game, it's tough to do much. It doesn't matter how good you are. So,
right.
TK, let me start with you on this one. These are your guys, man. These are the Panthers. What do you think, Bills, Panthers? Did I say Pills? I think I said Pills. Whatever.
Carolina's currently riding on a 3-game win streak. Granted, I do understand the wins were against the Miami Dolphins, the Dallas Cowboys, and the New York Jets. I definitely think that offense is starting to come together a little bit. Tedero McMillan has been awesome all season long. It's finally beautiful to finally get some production out of Xavier Leggett. 9 receptions, 92 yards at a touchdown last week in New York. I'm definitely going to take the Carolina Panthers today. I do not care what the quarterback situation is. Bryce Young is expected to miss today's game with his high ankle sprain. Andy Dalton will be taking his place. If so, I definitely have a lot of faith in Andy Dalton to be able to run this offense efficiently. Just run the ball. Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle are an amazing 1-2 punch at the running back position. Run the football, keep the ball to Josh Allen's hands, get pressure on Josh Allen when he does have it in his hands. And then secondary needs to continue to overperform like they have been these past 3 weeks. J.C. Horn looks like the best corner in the NFL right now.
So good.
He looks excellent. Basically took over that game in Gotham City last week. I expect him to play very well this week as well. Give me the Panthers at home.
All right. Ryan, would you say that J.C. Horn has elevated himself to Pookie status?
No, I don't do defensive Pookies, brother.
No defensive Pookies.
I don't do IDPs. Fantasy football Pookies only.
That's fair. I understand.
Yeah, so Bills versus Panthers. The Bills' rushing offense is still the best in the NFL. 151 rushing yards per game, 9 rushing touchdowns. Josh Allen is obviously a huge threat, on the ground as well. As TK said, the Panthers are going to have to get this, running game going. That's where the Bills are susceptible to losing. I mean, they are second to last in the NFL right now in rushing defense, allowing over 156 rushing yards per game, 9 total rushing touchdowns this season. And the Panthers, they look like they just have a fantastic 1-2, punch that was, came out of nowhere. Yeah, Chuba Hubbard had a great year last year, but Rico Dowdle, looked like a journeyman, really decent, but relatively a journeyman. And he's got 3 games of over 550 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's insane. I still think this Bills offense is very, very good. I don't know. Third overall, and Josh Allen is an absolute unit. He's obviously, he's 9th overall quarterback right now, but they had a bye. James Cook still top 10. Their passing game is something that needs work done. Keon Coleman's been inconsistent. Khalil Shakir, if I could talk. Also, just a guy right now. Dalton Kincaid's looked really good. Like TK said, Ted McMillan, I absolutely love him. I think he's going to be a star in the NFL. I took him in all my dynasty drafts, and I look like a genius right now. I still think this Bills team is really, really good. Although the Panthers have won 3 in a row, I think the Bills are going to win in a relatively close game, maybe 31-24. But it'll be a fun game for sure. Both offenses look to be very exciting today.
Fair enough. What a world we live in where Joe Flacco, Aaron Rodgers, and Andy Dalton are all going to be on the field. Right. Wow. It's amazing. That aside, I don't want to, disparage the 40-plus-year-olds too much here because I'm in the group, but I think Buffalo gets it done. Sorry, TK, I like the Panthers, but I think Buffalo gets it done today. Not that you didn't pick Buffalo, but all right. So Lamar Jackson, right? He's back on the field this week. That's what we're doing. Because the Bears are going to head to Baltimore. They're going to go to M&T Bank Stadium. I don't think anyone knows what to expect from Lamar Jackson. The Ravens are a 2.5-point favorite at home. I will start with you, Ryan. What do you think
Lamar
about this?
Playing?
I thought so. He practiced this week. I'm not sure. I thought the plan was for him to play.
Lamar's not playing.
I thought he was out. Yeah.
Okay, he is out. Okay.
Today.
Yeah, he practiced, but the NFL's actually reviewing their practice situation surrounding him because it looks like he shouldn't have been practicing. So.
Okay, I missed that somehow. Okay, all right. Yeah. So no Lamar Jackson. Never mind.
So we'll see. Yeah, I have Lamar Jackson out right now. Ravens 1-5. I'm so happy they suck. It's actually crazy they might have a better draft pick than us. That kind of pisses me off a little bit, but whatever.
And they'll do more with it too. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. 22nd ranked total offense. 28th ranked passing offense, which is, I mean, they don't really have a good receiver right now. Zay Flowers is supposed to be the wide receiver 1, but, obviously without Lamar Jackson and that running game going, it's not going to do anything. Derrick Henry, 38th overall running back right now, and he's supposed to be King Henry. A lot of fumbling issues. A lot of, I'm going to say alleged reckless. Alleged, yeah. I'm being a little reckless here, but there's a lot of rumors right now with the NBA and a lot of all that investigation going down. There's a lot of people questioning why Derrick Henry has so many fumbles this year. That's something just to monitor. I don't know. I said it's just reckless speculation right now, but nonetheless, he's got a lot of uncharacteristically bad fumbles right now. Offense is not looking good at all. I mean, Cooper Rush, their backup's out as well. So Snoop Huntley is going to be playing. Last week, 10 completions out of 15 for 68 yards. Nothing. I don't know. This Bears offense, I really don't like that much either. Caleb Williams is just an average guy for me. DeAndre Swift's been playing well recently. Robert Dunze showed flashes this year so far, but other than that, nobody really has stepped up. Colston Loveland, their first round pick, only 8 catches for 78 yards on the year. Looks like he's just being underutilized and just a waste of pick right now. That being said, I'm still going to pick the Bears because the Ravens suck. Their defense is 30th overall right now. And their offense is just as bad. So I'm going to pick the Bears 27-17, even though I don't really like the Bears that much. So
fair enough. TK, what do you think, man?
I also have the Bears winning. Definitely think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I don't see the Ravens offense doing much. Snoop Huntley is not a relief from Cooper Rush, not in the least bit. I do not care if he made the Pro Bowl or not. That was the weirdest Pro Bowl selection ever, and it made absolutely no sense. It didn't make sense then. It sure as hell doesn't make sense now. But yeah, I definitely think the Bears defense is starting to come back to form to what it was a couple seasons ago. They look more consistent. They look more ferocious. They look more in tune. I definitely think the Bears will win this one quite easily.
Fair enough. It's not the Buddy Ryan 46 defense, though. I mean, I'm dating myself. It's whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I'm 100 years old. So what? Yeah, I think the Bears they're very inconsistent. But Ryan, I agree with you. Baltimore they stink. They're terrible. Yeah. God, they're awful. They're awful. And the Derrick Henry thing, I hadn't even really thought about it that way. I've been so mindful of whatever's going on in the NBA and just kind of keeping it bracketed in the NBA. But TK, you and I talked about it a little bit. People are tweeting and posting things on social media, rumors that you might look for a big splash arrest during Super Bowl weekend. I just wonder if there's anybody out there in the NFL that's going to end up being implicated in any of that. But yeah, Derrick Henry with all the fumbles and the ineffectiveness.
Very speculation. It could just be, but like you said, very uncharacteristic. And I think he's got 4 lost fumbles. I mean, or 4 fumbles, 3 lost. So I mean, not like him. So especially very early this season.
You got to think if you examine these fumbles carefully that Derrick Henry has had this year, they are punch outs and they are forceful punch outs.
Yeah.
When you've got the rock and he's already trying to shove off 3 or 4 guys at a time every time he has the football anyway. He's multitasking as he's carrying that football. So I don't think he's betting on anything.
Yeah, I mean, I really haven't studied each one.
King Henry anyway. I don't think there's anybody in the universe that confidently says, "Oh yeah, I took the under on Derrick Henry in rushing yards." Really? Sure about that? Really?
Right. So you're telling me this isn't like Terry Rozier just dribbling and forgetting he has the ball, right? Like this doesn't
that is some of those. Miserable.
Yeah, we saw some of those clips.
That was miserable watching that compilation of just absolute dog shit basketball that Terry Rozier was displaying as a member of the Miami Heat. That was crazy.
Yeah. I still think the NFL will be subject to investigation for sure. I mean, especially, I mean, we can get into this if you want, but I mean, I think that sports gambling should be illegal. I think it just compromises the integrity of the game. I've been adamant about that for years now. I don't think they'll ever do it because it's very lucrative, but nonetheless, like when there's gambling, there's going to be issues like this always. So I could for sure see something like this happening in NFL. Not naming any names in general. So
yeah, and I think you're talking about something that that it was so far-reaching. I mean, they mentioned like 4 of the 5 families in New York, right?
Yeah, insane.
So, yeah, it is insane. So you talk about like, oh, these athletes are millionaires. Why would they gamble? Well, maybe sometimes you don't have a choice, right? Maybe you're approached by someone who doesn't give you a choice in this. It's like, hey, here's what you're going to do, right? And whatever, you don't have a choice. Again, reckless speculation. That's not, I don't know anything. That's just allegedly. But,
it's a scary thought.
It's a scary thought, and it's yeah, I'm with you, Ryan. I'm not sure that sports betting really does anything good for sports other than, give people a reason to watch, the Jets and the Bengals play on Sunday, whatever. Because who wants to do that? Anyway, let's move on. Yeah, I don't know. I think, again, I had the Bears. I think I picked the Bears, didn't I? I picked the Bears.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Okay, good. It's either going to be the Bears or the Ravens. So I'm going to be right one way or the other. I'm calling one of those teams is going to win the game. Watch them tie. Good Lord, I can't win. Anyway, let's move on to right. 3-3 or something. Let's move on to Niners at Texans. Houston's a 2.5-point favorite in this game. That surprised me a little bit to see that. CJ Stroud going to put it together, or do you think the Niners come out of here with a win? TK, I'll start with you.
Niners should win this one easily. They're a much better team. They're starting to get back healthy. Slowly but surely. I still don't know what the Houston Texans are as far as their identity as a team. We really don't know what they want to establish. Their offensive line is still very much in recrafting stage.
Yeah.
Not really much to hype about. You think about the unit that they have: Ariante Ursere, Laken Tomlinson, Jake Andrews, Ed Ingram, and Titus Howard. Not really a group that inspires much confidence. They have been doing what they can. A couple of solid performances here and there. But overall, I just don't know the identity of this team. I think this may become a rebuilding year shortly. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the San Francisco 49ers on the road.
Okay. Ryan, what do you think?
No, I mean,
Ryan, what do you think?
Like the Eagles, the 49ers confuse. I don't know. I think that the Eagles, in one way, they keep winning, but they shouldn't. Their offense and defense are so bad. The 49ers offense is so good. They're 6th total offense, first in passing offense, not great in rushing offense right now, which is insane to me because they have CMC. The defense is relatively good, top 14. That's with all the injuries. Brock Purdy being out pretty much the whole season. Mac Jones being, playing, but also being questionable here and there. Ricky Pearsall out week after week. Juwan Jennings going out there looking like, in a body cast. He's got like 5 ailments each time. Picking up guys like Kendrick Bourne, and they're, doing well. George Kittle has been out the whole season, but nonetheless, they keep coming back and they keep playing. They keep doing well. This Texas offense, struggling for sure. CJ Stroud, I love the player. I'm always going to be biased against Buckeyes, but he's been struggling this year. I keep on saying it's because of the offensive line. It's because of injuries. It's because the running game's not great. It's because the wide receivers are injured. But he's still got to play better. He's got to make better decisions. Nico Collins out with a concussion. Christian Kirk out. I don't know what's wrong with him. Jaden Higgins is going to be the wide receiver 1, the rookie 2nd-round pick, who was the first one to get the guaranteed contract. And only 9 catches, 120 yards on the season, and touchdown. He's the 92nd overall ranked receiver so far. And then the other receiver, Jalen Noel, same team from Iowa State, 9 catches, 99 yards, and a touchdown. He's a 99th overall receiver. So those are the receivers he's working with today. Dalton Schultz is the 18th overall tight end. And then you got Nick Chubb and Woody Marks, who collectively are 31st overall and 37th overall. This offense is awful. He's got no. Their defense is fantastic, 4th overall. But, one thing I noticed earlier this week, going into this week, Christian McCaffrey has the 4th most receiving yards out of any player in the NFL, including receivers. which is amazing. That's insane. 516 receiving yards of 53 catches, 3 receiving touchdowns. And he's the number 1 overall, just running back with accumulated points so far. And almost 500 rushing yards too. So he looks really, really, really good. I'm going to take the 49ers here. This Texans offense is such a mess. Even with their defense being relatively not that great. 20-10, I think 49ers are going to win here.
Yeah, it surprised me to see the Texans favored in this one. Is Christian McCaffrey the most dangerous offensive weapon in the league right now? I think he is.
I think so, for sure. Him or Bijan, for sure.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah, I think San Francisco wins this game. I want to say easily. I mean, they're not going to blow them out, but I don't think it's going to be all that close either. It's going to be one of those games where maybe the score makes it look a little closer than it actually was. I think they'll dominate this one. I just want to remind you guys, well, not remind you because I haven't said it yet, but I wanted to tell you that so after we go around the NFL, we're gonna get our producer Double A. We're gonna get Anthony Alford's take on the Browns
nice.
for a couple minutes. Yeah, just after we go around the NFL here. So when we're done with this, we'll take a quick 2-minute break, and then we'll come back and we'll hear from him for a couple minutes, and then we'll get on with the show a little bit. So you got that coming up, just about probably 15 minutes or so. What's the next out? What do you guys want to talk about? Let's talk about our guy Baker. Let's talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going into New Orleans to play the Saints. Tampa Bay is a 3.5-point favorite on the road at New Orleans. I don't know, Ryan. I mean, we like Baker Mayfield, right? He didn't play so well last week, but the Lions are kind of a different animal than the Saints are right now. The Saints are a little bit of a mess. What do you think, Buccaneers Saints?
I'm biased. I'm gonna go with Baker every single time. I think right now he still looks like an MVP candidate regardless of last week. He's still 8th overall quarterback. It's with an offense that's been really, really questionable. Bucky Irving, the top running back, out. Mike Evans is out on IR now. I think probably the rest of the season is in question for sure. Chris Godwin's out. Obviously, they have Emeka Egbuka, who's been nursing some hamstring injuries, but still looks absolutely incredible. He's going to be offensive rookie of the year for sure. 31 catches, 527 yards, 5 touchdowns, 7th overall receiver as a rookie. I'd say it every week, but that Ohio State factory is just amazing. It's going to continue with Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith, Chris Henry Jr., Jameer Brown. Just get ready, guys. The NFL is going to be flooded with just top talent. Ohio State wide receivers, where LSU looks like they're nothing compared to Ohio State. Yeah. I just love the Buccaneers. I don't know the Saints. Not terrible. Like I said last week, Spencer Rattler has definitely stepped up and surprised me for sure. For what he's given for sure. He's still an average quarterback right now, but he's given what he's taken, and he's definitely doing a lot better than I suspected. Chris Olave looks really, really good. Although he is on the trade block, there's questions around whether they're going to trade him or extend him. They obviously want to extend him, but I don't know if he wants to do that. Nothing really else on this offense. Kendry Miller, their RB2 is out for the season now in IR. Alvin Kamara is just a former shell of himself, ranking 22nd overall of running backs. Give me the Buccaneers to continue, be 6-2 here. I think they win 28-6. I do like the Saints. I think they're up and coming, but they're just not, anywhere near ready.
Yeah, probably not quite yet. I don't think there's any shame in losing to the Lions the way the Buccaneers did either. Right. I mean, people were saying Baker no longer an MVP candidate. I don't think one game does that to you.
That's not. There's a lot more.
Yeah, I think that's fair at all. A ton more football left. TK, what do you think about this one? Buccaneers at Saints.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Buccaneers in a bounce-back effort. That was a rough effort on Monday night, despite all the injuries and all the shortcomings. So, it's definitely worth noting. But, yeah, go ahead and give me the Buccaneers. They're obviously the more complete teams. Saints are feisty young bunch, but they're just not there yet.
Yeah. I think the fact that Baker Mayfield just keeps getting it done, again, minus the one game. It's fine. It's one game. With just a revolving door of whoever's going to be in there catching passes. I think that's pretty amazing. And then, you go into a place where you have to worry about getting your kneecaps bitten. So I think that was on his mind too. Yeah, give me the Buccaneers in this one. I think they beat the Saints today. What else do we have? We have the Cowboys at the Broncos. This is shaping up. This could be a really good game for me. I think this could be an entertaining one. We talked about, sometimes how bad Dallas can be, and then they come out and they look really good. We talk about how good they are. They look really bad. That their confused team, a little up and down, but I mean they look pretty good. I don't know. What do you guys say? Cowboys, Broncos. TK, let me start with you. Oh, I should say, I'm sorry. The Broncos are a 3.5-point favorite at home.
Give me the Broncos in a tight one. Both offenses are solid. Both defenses are kind of in limbo right now. Denver does have the better defense. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Broncos at home today.
Okay. Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, this Cowboys team is so weird to me. I said it last week as well, and they continue to be weird. I mean, first ranked overall offense, 32nd ranked defense. I mean, it's hilarious. It's a farce. But they're 3-3-1. They continue to put up points on the offense. Dak looks fantastic. George Pickens looks like a top 5. I mean, he is a top 5 overall. He's the 5th overall receiver right now. CeeDee Lamb came back healthy and has been incredible the last 2 games. 21 catches for 332 yards and a touchdown. And Jake Ferguson is the top, overall tight end right now. I love this Broncos team. Bo Nix looks awesome. Their defense is very good. Pat Surtain looks like a beast. 3rd overall, best defense right now. I also agree with TK. I think it's going to toss up. This Cowboys team is so bad, or the defense is so bad to me that I think the Broncos are going to win. It's going to be a close game. 31-20, Broncos beating the Cowboys.
Yeah, I really like Bo Nix. I liked him coming out of that draft. I thought he was going to be the best quarterback. Listen, I'm going to keep saying it because I'm never right about these things. It's so hard to project a quarterback. I thought Achilles Smith. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I really thought he was going to be the best quarterback out of that draft. And like I said, it's really I don't even really throw that many stones at the Browns for not being able to assess quarterbacks because it's so hard looking forward to know what he's going to be, what he's going to develop into. I mean, look at where Patrick Mahomes came from. And
really quick, gentlemen, just wanted to give this tidbit of news. This just in, former New York Jets center and legend, Ohio State legend, Nick Mangold just passed away earlier today.
That's
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he was dealing with kidney issues. Was looking for a donor. That's so sad.
Just got the news.
Wow. That's really
about
sad.
About a couple minutes ago that he has passed on. So
yeah, definitely prayers to his family and loved ones. Yeah.
Definitely rest in peace of Nick Mangold, his family. Definitely a big shout out to Jets Nation on Gotham City. Hope you guys are handling the news well. Once again, Nick Mangold has passed away today. So.
Yeah, that's sad. And then obviously Doug Martin last week as well. So just really, really sad. Those families in our prayers for sure there. That's awful news, especially, just this week he was looking for a donor and just found out. So that's really, really sad. So
that's really sad. It progressed so quickly. That's very, very sad to hear. That's terrible news. That's rough. That's rough. I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll talk about. It feels kind of inconsequential now, but
it's fine. Yeah, we got to keep going.
Yeah, well, let's talk about Titans at Colts because the Colts are. Did you see this? They're 14.5. This is like a college game. They're a 14.5 point favorite at home.
Actually, somebody in the group chat that texted me. Hey, what?
Don't see that many spreads like that in college in the NFL. I'm not sure what happened there, but Ryan, let me start with you. What do you think about this one? I mean, Titans at Colts.
I love this Colts team. I've been talking about it all year. They're so good. They're so fun to watch. They host one of my Pookies and Tyler Warren for fantasy. I've drafted everywhere. I'm so happy about that. My league mates are pissed. This Titans team is really, really bad. This Titans team is really, really bad. 32nd total offense, only 235 yards per game, 7 total touchdowns, 31st in passing and 31st in rushing. They're just bad. And their defense is not any good either. 24th overall. Cam Ward, I really liked him at the beginning of the year. I thought, he had showed promise. Right now, he's a 31st overall quarterback. The rushing game is suspect. Calvin Ridley's out again, and their top receiver, Alec Minor, is a rookie and should not be the wide receiver 1. He's really good, but he's a rookie, and he's struggling a little bit. This Colts offense is so good. Daniel Jones, like I said, he's going to earn a contract. I think he might get a contract from the Browns. Ooh, what? A little crazy. As a journeyman, right now, 6th overall quarterback. Jonathan Taylor, 2nd overall running back. He's an absolute unit. So good. Michael Pittman's 12th overall receiver, and Tyler Warren is 3rd overall tight end right now. This offense is very, very good. Defense is okay. They're really, really good at the rush defense, only allowing 90 yards per game and only 3 rushing touchdowns. I think the Colts win here a lot, by 20, 25 points really easily. So
yeah, I mean the 14.5 point spread is wild. You don't see
and the Titans will have a head coach right now. So
Right. Well, I guess that makes a difference. Yeah, no, it's like a rec team. They do still have matching uniforms though, so there's that.
There you
go. That's a big thing for me today. I don't know what that's all about. But TK, what do you think about this one, man? Colts at I'm sorry, Titans at Colts.
Go ahead and give me the Colts. Colts have been like Ryan said. Colts have been a lot of fun. It's Disney World in Indianapolis this year.
Oh yeah.
Indiana Jones has definitely revitalized his career in the best way possible. He looks like the later 21st century version of Rich Gannon. Granted, I don't think I want to go that far, but he's definitely looking MVP-esque worthy so far through these first 7 weeks of football. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to take the Colts, and I'm going to take the Colts in a landslide on this one.
Okay. Hey, listen, Rich Gannon was a lot of fun to watch play. I feel like he was like Tom Brady before Tom Brady. Like he was like that,
especially
accurate,
when he got his mitts on Tim Brown and Jerry Rice. That's when the real fun started.
Yeah, because all you had to do was put it. I mean, those guys, the catch radius was unbelievable for both of those guys. Yeah, that's pretty cool. No, because yeah, I mean they didn't. I hate that story because I like the Raiders, right? I rooted for the Raiders as a kid.
Well, go ahead, sorry.
No, that's okay. They traded Gruden and then they didn't change anything. All their offensive play, everything was the same. Terminology was the same. Signals were the same. I don't know. You guys have probably heard the story. Gruden was on the sideline like midway through the second quarter. He's like, "Are you kidding me? Like, these are my play. Like, that's my stuff. That's my playbook. Like, are you kidding me?" So then you could see where the tide turned and they just started to blow them out. Ryan, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead. It's fun. It's funny.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, it's just that was what a crazy story. What a Raiders thing to have happen back in that time period too. Yeah, give me the Colts in this one. The Colts are good, and the Titans are.
They're very good.
Yeah, and the Titans are just as bad. So, well, I guess we got to do the Sunday night game. We're almost done. Sunday night, the Green Bay Packers. We know them. Wow, how did anyway? Packers at the Steelers, and people have made the reference to Aaron Rodgers and this being like a revenge game for him. I don't know. He's downplayed it a little bit. He kind of talked about how he knew they were going to pick Jordan Love, and he knew that was of course he would, right? Why would you? You don't want to stir the pot. But I feel like inside his head, right, he's got to think like, hey, I'm gonna go show him why they should have held on to me. I could still be there, right? That'd be crazy to think of, actually. But yeah, I don't know. Packers are a 2.5-point favorite on the road at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a team that's starting to figure out their defense a little bit, right? They're starting to play some better defense. I don't know about the offense. It just is what it is right now. But I'll start with you, Ryan. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to come in thinking this is a revenge game. I think he's old enough to understand that. I mean, obviously you talked about, clearly it makes sense that they brought in Jordan Love to take him over. Same thing that happened with Brett Favre and him, and it's time for him to move on. I just think, I don't know, maybe he'll take some ayahuasca and chill out and just, it is what it is. I think he's really just collecting a paycheck this year in hopes that maybe he can catch lightning in a bottle and get one last ride into the playoffs. And that might happen with this division. I mean, they're 4-2. I really like this Packers team. Their offense is good. Josh Jacobs, I really, really like. 7th overall running back right now. And Jordan Love looks okay. The passing game is a little questionable. Matthew Golden, the rookie, not super great. Romeo Doubs is their best receiver right now. He's ranked 30th overall. Tucker Kraft, I said he's going to be a top 5 receiver when it's all said and done at the end of the season. He's 6th right now. It looks really, really, really good. Also, Christian Watson is set to come back from IR. I don't know if he's going to play this week, but he's at least practicing, so that's something to watch. Obviously, he's been hurt his entire career, but that is another weapon that could help this offense. This Steelers team is not that great. I mean, they have DK Metcalf there, and that's about it. I mean, 25th ranked overall offense, and you said their defense has been starting to get okay the last couple of weeks, but they're still ranked 28th overall in defense. I mean, I just don't really think they have the identity right now. They don't know. I mean, last week, I think 3 tight ends had a touchdown, which is insane. 3 different tight ends for the Steelers, and Darnell Washington, Jonathan Smith, and Pat Freiermuth. They need to get the running game going if they're going to do anything with Jaylen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell, and then get DK out there just to make some plays. I think the Packers are going to win here. I don't have a score, maybe by 10, 15 points, but I think the Packers are going to win. So. Yeah,
I do think the Steelers kind of lack an identity, and I think I think they're going to win this division too.
It's insane.
Which is just
breaks my heart.
Boy, pisses me off. It's awful. I mean, wow. It's going to be them or the Bengals. I mean, come on, man. What's
Right.
going on? Right? Whatever. TK, tell me stuff. Say stuff. Get me off of this. I don't want to think about this anymore.
Packers shouldn't waste much time with this one. As at this point, you guys should be sick of the AFC North, especially after what the Browns did to you and what you had to put up with playing the Cincinnati Bengals not too long ago. You should be tired of this division in its entirety. You want to get rid of it completely.
I'm tired of this division.
Yeah, I think we all are. So yeah, Packers. Steelers are at home tonight, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Packers are a heavy favorite on the road. I'll take Clear Bay on the road.
Yeah,
Most definitely.
I wish I could call their stadium the Big Ketchup Bottle, but it's not that anymore. It's Acrisure Stadium. Boring. All right, Monday night game. Let's go. Commanders at Chiefs. Chiefs are a big favorite in this one, 11.5 points. It doesn't surprise me. The Chiefs have put it together. They've got Rashee Rice back. They've got a passing game now. They remembered how to play football suddenly. Hey, that's great, right? For everybody, because nobody's sick of the Chiefs. It's fun. Okay, 11.5 point favorite. TK, let me start with you. What do you think? Commanders and Chiefs.
Yeah, go ahead and give me the Kansas City Chiefs at home. The Commanders are rolling in the Arrowhead Stadium with a backup quarterback, backup wide receivers, and a defense that is reeling right now. Chiefs don't look like they have much time to waste, and they aren't wasting any time at all, especially after the beatdown that they put on the Raiders not too long ago. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Chiefs to keep that streak going.
I think the Chiefs did this on purpose, TK. I think when you go to you got 3 Super Bowls in a row, you're like, how can we make this more challenging? Like, I have an idea. Let's start off like 0-3, 0-4, 1-3, whatever, and then we'll try to get to the playoffs. We'll see if we can do it. I think they did it on purpose.
Run the table. They can do it too.
It doesn't hurt that the refs are on their side and the NFL calls a change plays 2 minutes after something happens. But
see the NBA scandal, by the way. We'll see what's going on here. But anyway, Ryan, what do you think about
Chiefs versus Lions? Check it out. Bull crap. I mean, this Commanders team, I love this Commanders team. I do. That's when J.D. Daniels is playing and everyone's healthy. J.D. Daniels is out this week. To get Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel in and out every other week because of the hurt. They're both allegedly going to play today, but we'll see. Marcus Mariota is a serviceable backup. Looks okay. He's going to, turn the ball over probably just as many times as he gets touchdowns, but he's got that running game feature that J.D. Daniels has as well. This Chiefs team looks really, really good. Their offense is 5th overall. Their defense is 5th overall. There's not really many 2 holes on this team right now other than maybe just running back and left tackle. There's questions right now with Josh Simmons and his mental health. He's been away from the team, so that's something to watch for sure. But I mean, Pat Mahomes is the top quarterback right now. Rashee Rice looks. I mean, I'm so excited for him. Yeah, 7 catches, 42 yards, but he did have 2 touchdowns, and he's just going to continue to capitalize once he gets more comfortable. Kelsey's top 5 tight end as well right now. I think Chiefs win due to injuries. Jaden Daniels is out, and I cannot trust these receivers to stay healthy. Give me the Chiefs.
Fair enough. I'll take the Chiefs too. We talked about the Chiefs possibly, easing Rashee Rice back into the game a little bit, and his first touch was like a little end around, right? He scored a touchdown on that. I thought that was smart. I thought that was something that we all expected. Give me the Chiefs in this one. I think they win by I don't know. They'll probably cover. I think they'll win by a couple touchdowns in this one. So that is around the NFL. I should say off this week, by the way. The Lions, Raiders, the Rams, looks like the Cardinals, Seahawks, and the Jaguars are all off. So at least the Jaguars can't win and further progress toward crushing our dreams of getting a nice draft pick. But they're not going to lose either. The Browns are off next week. They probably won't lose next week. I don't know. Who knows?
Also, Jaguars, Brian Thomas Jr., allegedly, they're fielding offers for him as well, and they're their top receiver. So that could be major implications for our pick as well if they trade him. So
yeah. Hey. Anything they can do to make their team worse, I'm all for it.
Makes no sense, but
no, it doesn't make any sense because they're right on the cusp of doing something. But whatever, if they've got an idea for the future and he doesn't fit it, I guess that's what they're going to do.
I guess.
We're going to take a quick 2-minute break. Like I said, when we get back on the other side of the break, we're going to get our producer, Anthony Alford. We're going to get Double A's take on the Browns. So stay tuned for that. Stay with us on the Inside Edge Network. We'll be right back in 2.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome back. We are on the Inside Edge Network with the Cleveland Browns and NFL pregame show. We're brought to you by LPV Productions. In just a moment, we are going to get to the photo finishes that go on when we come back from break. No, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a quick possible trade scenario in just a moment that the Browns may be involved in. But first, like I said, when we got back from the break, we're going to get our producer Double A's take on the Browns. So let's just do that right now.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? After a Browns win, I have never heard more negativity out of fans and media and everyone alike after a Browns victory. But it's justified. I mean, after 30 years of losing seasons, basically, an entire generation, why would you trust this team to win this game against New England? A tough team. Chat's been talking about it. Everyone's been talking about it. Mike Vrabel has been in that building, so he knows everything that's going on and what the Browns are going to try to draw up and how to defend things. But you have an opportunity today. There are two roads that you can go down if you're the Browns. One is the road that a lot of fans expect here today. Pretty much a beatdown, a loss, a bad loss. Dylan Gabriel is one interception away from losing his job among the fans, even though he hasn't thrown a pick yet this year. And 2-6 means a true funeral march to the end of the season. And you start talking trades of selling the team and being sellers heading into the offseason. There is another path. There is a 3-5 path. There is a path where if you win today and you beat New England and you pull off the NFL's biggest upset of Week 8, which this would be, and you get this win, you're 3-5, and that favorable schedule is now within reach. You have positive vibes going into the bye, and maybe you are potentially buyers heading into the second half of the season. So the Browns, this game is so important because this game legitimately is a turning point of whether or not the Browns are going to go down the dark path of a miserable losing season, or can they shock the world and pull off some cheap W's with a favorable schedule? We'll find out today.
I'm ready to run through a brick wall right now. Double A, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think it's an excellent take. The only thing I disagree with, I think the biggest upset of this week would be actually TK over his Wi-Fi router. I think that's maybe the biggest upset. Yeah, if you can win that one. Yeah, if you can win that one, I think that would be the biggest upset. Let's move on. I appreciate that, Double A. Thanks. And I think he's right. I think, the Browns are they're at a crossroads, right? They're literally at the fork in the road right now, right? And you can't necessarily decide which way you're going to go, but man, you're going to go one way or the other. So here we go. We know which way it's gone more often than not, unfortunately. So
it's probably going to go that way too. So
that's the reason for the negativity. Yeah. So listen, the Browns have been linked to a possible trade with the Jets for Garrett Wilson. That sounds amazing on paper, until you really start to analyze the Browns quarterback situation, the offensive line situation, the offensive play calling, every situation basically surrounding the Browns kind of dampens that a little bit. So Ryan, are you interested? Is that something that you're interested in?
Absolutely, I'm interested in Garrett Wilson. First off, he is on my Pookie list. He's one of my original Pookies. This generation's first Pookie, okay, for fantasy football. I absolutely
OG Pookie. Okay,
want to make this trade for him. He's a top 15 fantasy receiver right now, and just receiver in general. On an even worse team than the Browns, with the QB situation that, dare I say, is worse too. He's a walking highlight film. He is so spectacular. Why would I not want this guy to be on my team? In his career, 3 full seasons, and then obviously this year, 315 catches, 3,644 yards, 11.6 yards per catch, 18 touchdowns, 181 first downs. That dude is an absolute weapon. I mean, he's making $1.2 million this year, $13.5 million in 2027, and then in 2028 his contract really kicks in, $26 million, and $31 million on contract until 2030. I mean, I believe Deshaun Watson's contract is pretty much void 2027, so right before he makes his big chunk in contract will be out of the Watson contract. Sign me up for having Garrett Wilson on my team until 2030. The kid's special. I mean, we've been talking about how there's a necessity in the that we need to address in the draft. I do not trust Andrew Berry to draft any receiver in any draft whatsoever. Garrett Wilson is a proven receiver. He has the accolades in college. He has the accolades so far in 3 years in the NFL on a worse team than the Browns. Get him on my team. I'll trade a first-round pick. I don't care if we're gonna waste or use one on Carnell Tate, who I love. Garrett Wilson's already proven. Go look at his highlight films. This dude's a stud. This kid is special. Get him on my team.
Yeah, he is he's a sure 1,000-yard receiver. That's going to happen every year. Yeah, and maybe the dumbest question that I've ever asked. TK, are you interested in Garrett Wilson?
No, I don't want.
My dog
Garrett
just got mad at me
Wilson.
for that. My dog just
a good, productive wide receiver that actually catches the football and can run routes and get separation consistently. Why would I want that?
You had me.
Why the hell would I want that? This dink and dunk crap that we've been doing for years is spectacular. Of course, I want Garrett Wilson. I would go on the Greyhound to go real GW myself, to be quite honest. And I haven't ridden Greyhound in almost 10 years. So whatever it takes.
Out, we're bringing him. Yeah,
exactly. Whatever it takes to get him. Hopefully, the haul wouldn't be too crazy. But at the same time, getting rid of a first would be nothing to get a talent in the building like a Garrett Wilson, and especially another Ohio State Buckeye. I love seeing Ohio State Buckeyes ending up in brown and orange. It feels like to me more Michigan Wolverines end up wearing brown and orange than Ohio State Buckeyes, which has always been strange to me. But shout out to those guys, except Braylon Edwards. You can burn, sir. I don't like it that much. Anyway, but definitely we want Garrett Wilson on board. That'd be great. We got to figure out who this quarterback is, though, because we don't have a quarterback. It's still going to be the same.
That was my only concern. I mean, it's like, do you waste Garrett Wilson's prime years with
even more?
Yeah, with even more. Yeah, well, it's like they've taken advantage of that in New York. You're right. I mean, maybe it's a slight upgrade to come into Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders and. Who else? Maybe Daniel Jones, like Ryan said earlier, huh?
I mean, even so, this Browns team is a more complete team. Our defense is fantastic. We still have a first-round pick next year where we could address an offensive lineman or that future quarterback. We have opportunity. If we need a Garrett Wilson, we need a player like Garrett Wilson, regardless of what that's a player we need to build on for the future. So,
yeah, I think that's a fair point. I think. I kind of a dumb question. I just thought, there's to play devil's advocate. The offensive line is, poop. Quarterback situation is kind of poop. So, do you add a wide receiver to that, knowing that like you may not even have time to throw the ball downfield to someone like Garrett Wilson? But on the other hand, he is a weapon. Like you said, he's just he's a 1,000-yard receiver. Period. I mean, that's clockwork to count on it. And I think I agree with you. I think I do. I would do anything to get Garrett Wilson. And like you said, getting rid of a first-round pick is nothing, especially when you have another one.
Right. Exactly.
So that's fine. We'll take Garrett Wilson. So listen, it's almost that time of the year, right? The Browns have some winnable games ahead. They just beat the Dolphins. They looked really competent, 31-6, right? That was great. You guys, can the Browns get to not the playoffs? I just want them to get to. Do you remember the graphic they used to put up? Well, let me show you an example. The In the Hunt graphic. Let's take a look at one, because this is what it looks like when the Browns are in the hunt. Look at them down there. They were 7-7. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know what year this is from. I don't know. I can't remember the last time the Browns were 7-7. This might have been when Johnny Manziel was here.
This looks like to me Baker's rookie year.
Okay.
This looks really familiar.
Okay.
Let's see.
Well, just in case you guys forgot what it looks like with a little Browns helmet where it says In the Hunt, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, because that was shortly after. Because I remember beating the Denver Broncos on a Saturday night game that year. Then we came back home and beat the Bengals.
I'm sure. I was gonna say if you clap again, it'll come to you. I'm sure. Yeah, that was fun. Those were fun times, man. There was hope. Hope abounded back then. There was hope. You had something to look forward to every Sunday. The Browns were worth watching, and I really hope we can get back to that sooner than later. But yeah, I just wonder if we can see one of those, mid to late November in the hunt graphics with a little Browns helmet on it. Would be fun, right? Like just in the hunt. I mean, some teams really strive to appear in Super Bowls, and some teams get to 3 in a row, and some teams push their way to a Super Bowl win over, possibly one of the most, I don't know, maybe the most dominating dynasties we've seen in a while. Some teams have those aspirations, and we just want to see our team close to the playoffs, right? Like we just don't want them to be eliminated by week 8. I mean, is that okay? Like, can we do that?
Right. Thank you. It would be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice.
What he said.
It would be really nice. Well, listen, let's move on because we got to get out of here. We got to hustle up. We got to give people time to check their fantasy lineups. If you watch the Commissioner's Couch, if you've listened to, Ryan's Pookies, listen, he's never wrong. I mean, Ryan's not ever wrong.
I'm pretty wrong quite often, but I'm
it.
also
No,
right a lot. So
he's not wrong. Don't let him tell you that. Listen to everything he says blindly. Don't even analyze it. Just
don't do that. Pitchforks and torches outside my house.
Man, let's not do that. We don't want to get you that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's hope the Browns can just kind of like finagle their way to 5 and 6 or so, right? Like they got a couple winnable games coming up. We'll see. Yeah, we hope to see him in the hunt. Whatever. Let's talk about the Browns' keys to victory today. Let's get back to today's game. You've got a huge task in front of you in the New England Patriots and that run defense, and Mike Vrabel and Drake May. Drake May's playing really, really well. So I think the one thing that we talked about, they're going to have to open up the offense and throw the ball downfield. We've talked about that. I mean, if they try to run the ball the way they did against the Dolphins, they're really likely to get shut out unless they have like a freak special teams touchdown or something happens on defense. So, TK, give me some keys. What can the Browns do to beat this Patriots team today? What do they have to do? What do they have to do? They're going to have to do something.
Okay, first and foremost, I want that defensive line to get in Drake May's face consistently and persistently. This is one of the hottest quarterbacks in the NFL. He has 12 touchdown passes to just 2 interceptions. He is making every bit of use of the receiving core that he has. Obviously, Stephon Diggs is going to do what he does, but to get the production from Pop Douglas, Kayshon Boutte, Hunter Henry, and others like they have been getting, along with Austin Hooper as well, who's made some solid contributions for that Patriots offense. You think about how well that they are. You got to get pressure on Drake May to stop that from being a problem in this game. Also, you got to get your hands on the football. There was a game earlier this year against the Pittsburgh Steelers in which they turned the ball over 5 times. 4 of those were fumbles, including 2 inside of the Pittsburgh 5-yard line. You have got to get your hands on that football. Be ready to punch something out. Ramondre Stevenson, from the start of last season to now, has 11 fumbles.
So many.
He's lost 8 of them. We gotta get our hands on the football. Be ready to peanut punch. And once again, you gotta find some type of balance within the offense. I understand that the New England Patriots haven't allowed a rush over 50 yards this year.
Yeah.
You have got to find a way to crack that. That offensive line is going to have to dig deep. We already know what we're going to get out of Quinshon Judkins. We already talked about how explosive he is, how shifty he is, how quick he is, how good he is at hitting the hole and hitting that next gear to get the yards that he needs. We need this offensive line to step up, and we have to have a balanced offense. This is not a game that you want to get caught up throwing more than 45 times because, like Alf said, Dylan Gabriel is, unfortunately, a pick away from possibly losing his job. As crazy and as asinine as that may seem, it unfortunately is true for the young man. I hate to do it to him. I hate that the city's going to do it to him. But at the same time, baby, this has been going on for almost 30 years, man. Welcome to hell, son.
Yeah, they're going to do it to him. 40-plus quarterbacks later, they're going to do it to him. Ryan, what do the Browns have to do? I mean, I think TK made some great points. Try to get turnovers, everything. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they have to get the passing game going first and foremost, I think. A few quick passes out of Gabriel's hands to give some confidence. Mix those passes in with some runs. If we're going to win, it's going to be because of the run game, obviously. But I don't think we can do that without forcing the Patriots defense out of the box and respect the ball in the air. Then open up with utilizing play-action passes, that will create opportunities for big plays down the field, which are desperately needed by forcing the secondary to bite on fake runs, plays and stuff like that. Secondly, get the run game established. That's how they're going to win the game. A strong ground attack is essential if they're going to have a chance to win this game for sure. By relying on Judkins to gain consistent yardage, the Browns can control the clock. They can keep Drake May and his offense off the field, which I think is important, and also wear down New England's defensive front, which can open up pass lanes as well. And then finally, like TK said, win the turnover battle. They have to prioritize ball security while forcing turnovers on the defense. Hold on to the ball on the offense, force turnovers. That's how you're going to win. That's how we won against the Packers. That's how we won against the Dolphins. Dump it. Forced a fumble on the kickoff last week. Tyson Campbell had the 34-yard pick six. Rayshon Judkins and Ryan Hickman both had an interception late in the fourth quarter. That's how you're going to win games. Granted, it was against the Dolphins, who, could probably lose to some high school teams. I'm kidding, but they're that bad. Nonetheless, that's how you're going to win the game today. Drake May has to feel uncomfortable enough to force bad throws and try to, and you just got to try to strip the ball out. Ramondre Stevenson can't hold on the ball, and and you got to make them uncomfortable. So that's how the Browns can win this game.
Yeah, they basically have to do to Drake May what they did to Tua last week and just get in his face and give him hell, really. Keep it.
Drake May is very good.
Yeah, we talked about the defensive line as well. Keep an eye on that matchup between Will Campbell and Myles Garrett. Will Campbell's actually been very good.
Yeah, very good
fourth overall pick in last April's draft.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
You think of the slew of pass rushes that he has gone up against this year.
Yeah,
Max
slowed the ball down.
Bradley Chubb. You think T.J. Watt. He even got a little bit of Alex Highsmith in that game.
Right.
The young brother is holding his own, and he is definitely proving himself to be worthy of that number 4 overall selection. I told you guys how devastated I was when the Patriots took him. I was pretty upset.
Yeah.
I was pretty upset.
Yeah, I expect the Browns to move Myles Garrett around and not let them, play right into that trap because I think Campbell is really, really good. I'm not saying he's going to neutralize Myles Garrett the whole game if they went one-on-one, but I think the Browns will do what they do with Myles Garrett, move him around, and I think that's a good strategy. So Ryan, give me the Patriots keys to victory. What do they have to do to beat the Browns? We talk about it every week. They got to show up, right? That's about it. No,
Yeah. They got to put pressure on Dylan Gabriel, make him uncomfortable. The Browns' offensive line is already really, really bad. Putting pressure on Gabriel would disrupt his rhythm even more than, and he'll, sorry, I lost my track. Disrupt his rhythm and reduce the Browns' ability to have big play opportunities, which they don't have anyway, unless it's on the run game. Not like Kevin Stefanski's going to scheme them up anyway.
It'll be pure accident if it happens.
Yeah, right. Then they need to exploit the Browns' defense for being too aggressive. I think Cleveland has one of the most aggressive defenses in the NFL. They excel in both pass rush and are efficient at stopping the run, but their aggressiveness can be turned against them by utilizing like misdirections, rollouts, bootlegs, things that Drake May is really, really good at.
Even just as simple as getting him to jump offside. They're super aggressive, even jumping the snap.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, you're guaranteed to at least get 2 from Myles doing that, but it's just because he's aggressive, like you said. Moving the quarterback over the field would also help them in the running game. Drake May is a legitimate run threat for this defense, and they need to contribute for that. And then finally, avoiding the trap game mentality, I think, is important. It's no secret that the Browns have struggled so far this season. It can be easy for a competent team to overlook a bad team. The Patriots need to stay focused and avoid complacency, and while maintaining intensity and leaning on their preparation for all matchups to prevent any surprises that can be exploited from the Browns. So
yeah, that's fair. TK, what do you think? What the Patriots got to do to get out of here with a win?
Patriots got to remember who they are. First and foremost, you guys are 5-2 for a reason. You guys are a well-disciplined football team with a load of talent. There is no reason for you to lose to a 2-5 football team with no quarterback and the worst receiving room in the world, especially at home in Foxborough in front of your ravenous fan base. So that's first and foremost. Secondly, they got to hold on to that damn Pilford. Antonio Gibson and Ramondre Stevenson, especially very talented running backs, very skilled players.
I think Gibson's out for the season.
I understand very well why the New England Patriots love Ramondre Stevenson. He offers you a lot. Definitely a brilliant runner in between the tackles. Can receive the football in and out of the backfield. Definitely a decent pass blocker as well. He gives you a lot of dimensions in the offense. That's why he is still there. Can't fumble the football 11 times in 22 games and expect to still have too much impact on that offense. That's just common knowledge. He's got to hold on to that football. Antonio Gibson has to hold on to it as well. Drizzy has to hold on to the football as well. Drake May. So, yeah, you got to hold on to the football. And third and most importantly, this offensive line is going to have to dominate. We already talked about how great Will Campbell has been in his first 7 games as an NFL player. Definitely the leader on that offensive line. Granted, is in its infancy for retooling of that offensive line. They look great. They're going to have to take some of that Mike Vrabel patented toughness and definitely put it out there on the field. This is going to be a greasy game, definitely in the trenches. So Patriots going to have to get greasy and make sure that they establish the tone that they set, controlling the line of scrimmage, and basically just showing who the better football team is, who the more physical football team is. I expect it to be a Mike Vrabel coached football team. We're going to see.
Yeah. Listen, it's like you read my notes. I mean, yeah, you went right through every single one of my points. You're exactly right. Well, I assume I'm right, I guess, so that makes you exactly right somehow. Well, that's really arrogant.
Real quick, too, Antonio Gibson's out for the season with for torn ACL, too, so he won't be effective. So.
Who's out?
Gibson tore his ACL 2 weeks ago. So.
Yeah. So you have to hold on to the football. Can't fumble. You got to stop the run. If you turn this Browns team into a one-dimensional pass-only team, my goodness, they're not good. So you got to do that. Drake May just needs to play at the level he's been playing at lately. I mean, you said it, 1,700 yards, 12 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, quarterback rating of 116.4. He's only had one game where his rating was under 100. That was week 1 against the Raiders. So, just kind of getting things together and getting on the road there for the first time. So, pretty impressive. He's been,
and that was a game that I thought they would drop to, early in the season. Still got a lot of kinks to work out. I told a lot of people that the Patriots were going to be good. It was just going to take a while. It's going to be a couple ugly losses here and there, but they are a young team. They have a great head coach. They got the right guy to do it. They have the right guys to execute what Mike Vrabel wants to do out in Foxborough. They're going to be just fine. Look at them now. They're 5-2.
Yep. Hey, let's get to a score prediction because my dog is actively trying to get out of the studio. He wants to go check his fantasy roster. I know you all do too. We appreciate you watching, but I know you will go take a look at that. So, guys, give me a score prediction. TK, how much do the Patriots win by? What's the final score?
I think this is going to be a rough one. I definitely think it's going to be a close game. I definitely think our defense is going to show up and do the absolute best that they can. But again, granted, hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. Talent will beat no talent on any day of the week. I definitely will take the Patriots in a very close one today. I'm going to go 17-14.
17-14. Okay, Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, I can't trust this Browns offense right now. 30th total offense. Not looking good. Defense is so good. It's so sad what's happening right now. I don't trust Dylan Gabriel. Only 546 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, like you said, but he should have 7 at least right now. It's insane. Quinshon Judkins looks absolutely incredible. But that's about it. Jerry Jeudy is doing absolutely nothing. It's a poop sandwich out there. David Njoku
without the bread.
Right, yeah. He's an open face poop sandwich. David Njoku looks okay, but he's injured coming off. He's going to play today. I really love Harold Finn Jr. I love this Patriots offense. Like you said, Drake May is looking so good. Over 1,700 yards, 12 touchdowns. Kayshon Boutte is looking like he's the next guy up and is looking really good. Hunter Henry looks really good too. I don't think it's going to be close. I think the Patriots are going to win handsomely, 31-17.
Okay. I have the Patriots winning this one 27-10. It's funny too because I literally typed in my notes fairly handily. That's hilarious. The Browns defense is good, but they often don't play well on the road. And I think the offense is gonna have a difficult time staying on the field today. I think it's gonna be a rough one. 27-10 Patriots is what I have.
Yeah.
Guys, that's all we've got today.
Real quick, just go check your fantasy football lineups and then check out my podcast, The Commissioner's Couch. It's a fantasy football podcast hosted by the Inside Edge Network. Me and my co-host Dave work really hard, and then Chad and TK also have a show they want to tell you about real quick.
Yeah, Illegal Formation. We go live every Saturday morning at 11. We also do Illegal Formation Reacts at the end of the weekend. We do that Monday nights about 9 o'clock. We go live and kind of react to some of the biggest things from the weekend. So we'll talk about this Brown. I don't know if it's gonna be a big thing from the weekend, but we'll talk about the Browns game, and we'll talk about maybe a couple college football matchups that caught our eye or whatever else. So yeah, that's it. Just grab yourself an open face poop sandwich. Check your fantasy line. Don't do that. Don't grab that.
Cabin Jerry Judy.
There you go.
Yeah, go check your fantasy lineups and
do that and go enjoy the games. Whatever games you want to watch. If it's not the Browns, I don't blame you. Enjoy whatever games there are on today. Thank you so much for watching. Again, Inside Edge Network, Cleveland Browns and NFL pregame show. We're brought to you by LPV Productions. We will see you guys live. I don't know. We're going next week. I got the Brown. I got the bye week. You gonna do it?
Oh, I'll do one next week. Yeah.
Let's do it next week. We can just do an NFL pregame show in general. Cool. I love it. I don't want to miss the show. I love the show. So we'll see you guys next Sunday at 11 for the NFL pregame show. No Cleveland Browns. That might be more fun to watch. Yeah, you know what I mean? We'll see you. See you guys.
Almost 300 of you guys. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it.